Hi team, I'm just going to stop the transcription on this because it drives me a little bit crazy. Great. Welcome to Creative Principles and Strategy for Semester 2, 2022. Kind of crazy. It's really great that you're here. Thank you for coming and checking this out. Not quite what we had planned for this week, but I want to get you across some of the intro stuff. So this course is going to help you to decipher a creative brief, which is really important. You're going to come out of it with a better understanding of the principles of good advertising. You're going to be able to choose strategies to get your audience's attention and pinpoint the insights for customers or products or categories that help you to generate original ideas. And we're going to help you to do great work. Now, my name is Jo. This is the first paper that I have had you find folk for, which is very exciting. I do have some of you for another paper as well, but we will get to know each other a little bit better as the semester progresses. We technically only have 1 week. That's a total of 12 lecture hours, a little bit less because this will run a bit quicker, 24 tutorial hours, give or take. And the student-directed learning hours that you're supposed to put in is about 102. So that's for the extra exercises that you don't complete in tutorial and for working on your assignments. And then we've estimated you'll lose about 12 hours to assignment stress. So that only comes in at 150 hours. It's not a lot of time and we've got a lot to pack in. So please rock up, please attend, please concentrate when you're here. It will be worth your while. On-course assessments are worth 100%. And we're going to talk about those in tutorials and break them down a little bit more. So if you can, take the time to look through Canvas at the assignment or assessment information and see if you have any questions to bring along to class next week. Are you ready? Let's get into some principles. So Bill Bernbach, if you don't know who Bill is, you will get to know Bill very well along the way. He is a god in the advertising world, was a god in the advertising world. He is the B of DDB and did some incredible work. Now he says that all of us who professionally use the media are the shapers of society, which is big, yeah. So we can vulgarize that society, we can brutalize it, or we can help lift it onto a higher level. And I'm pretty sure that you will have seen some ads that are kind of vulgar, and you will have seen some ads that make you go, oh my God, that's incredible. Here's some examples. This is the kind of ad that you'd be used to seeing in the newspaper. You know, that old school thing that's actually paper. Harvey Norman takes out the front and back page of all the Sunday newspapers. And this is the kind of thing that's product price. There's no creative idea. It's getting a message across. If you're interested in what it is that they're offering. Yeah. If you're not, it's really easy to ignore. Or there's something like this, which is also for a sale. And with a few words and an image, it tells a very different story. So this is elevating things a little bit. You can tell that if you don't get there early, you're going to miss out on the good stuff and you're going to be left with things that don't fit. Yeah. I'm hoping this is going to play for me. Let's take a look.
Welcome to another Two Cheap Cars challenge. Hey there.
Hi.
How much do you think this Mazda Excel costs?
I actually bought one last month.
Do you have a fair idea of what price you paid?
Of course. 8,000.
Let's see if she's right.
Oh, sacre bleu. So cheap. Unbelievable.
Looks like she should have come to Two Cheap Cars. Go to twocheapcars.co.nz to find out more.
Quality ad? So that's an ad for a second-hand car, right? It's up to you whether you think it's a vulgar ad or whether it's providing some entertainment. How about this one?
There you are, looking just the same as you did last time I touched you. Here I am. Inside the thought of you. Do you love him? Will that love be strong? Looks like we made it. Loved each other all the way to another love.
Very different, right?
There you are.
So that brings us to principle number 1. To do the forgettable is unforgivable, right? So that example, 2 cheap cars or super cheap car, I can't even remember what they're called, you know what I mean? No creative idea whatsoever. It's not based on a truth, it's just product and price. Kind of effective if you're looking for a cheap car, right? The Volkswagen ad, not in English, but you totally got what was going on there, it's based on a stereotype that it twists with the, you know, one careful old lady driver. And the truth that, you know, when you go and buy a car, you might go with Dad and he'll be checking out all the stuff and doing all the things. But which of those two are you more likely to remember? Pretty obvious, right? Now, unfortunately, the world of advertising is full of really forgettable ads. We're used to seeing stuff like this for cosmetics. Yeah? Beautiful face, product, some information about the product, and the brand. Oh, look, 2 more. Beautiful face, product, some information about the product, and the brand. But is there anything about those that's going to make you go, oh yeah, that was the Maybelline ad, that was Lancome, that was L'Oreal? Possibly not. It all kind of becomes wallpaper, right? This is what you don't want to do. So here are some ways to make things work better, right? So those previous ads, lots going on there, right? What if you take something out? So this, for example, for KFC, for hot and spicy, there's no copy here. You've got a rocket and the chicken is actually the clouds from when the rocket lifts off. You've taken something out, but the message is clearer for it. Or this one for Toyota Hilux. Again, there is no copy here, but you've got the vehicle that rescues the rescue dog. So what's that telling you about where it can go and what it can handle? Yeah. Again, there's no copy. This is Tide to Go, so this is a stain remover. And that quite clearly demonstrates what the product does without any copy at all. Another one for a car, big on those, another Volkswagen. It's telling you how deep into the water this can go by showing you how deep into the water this has gone. And this is one of my favorites. So this is for the zoo. The kangaroos have arrived. Again, it's something that's unexpected, so you're going to remember it. And it's taken out the big copy. It's just giving you an inline, telling you where to go and showing you in a really engaging way that the kangaroos have arrived. Here's another one. 2 silhouettes making a Venn diagram and a brand. So that's telling you that the Jeep can go in mountain regions, it can go in the desert. If you add a few well-chosen words, you can add a twist and make your ads quite engaging, okay? So here's an image of a lady who's obviously not, well, she could be in her prime, who knows, but she's lived a bit, she's been here a few years, right? And this is finally a cream that gives you wrinkles. And this is to do with cancer. Big Bang, sun forms, planets orbit, Earth cools, rock crushes, diamonds form, amoeba, dinosaurs, man. Man digs up diamonds, Rosendorf man buys diamonds, man gives diamond to woman, Big Bang. A few really well chosen words, implying a reward that you might get or a benefit for the customer. But all that is a few really well written words showing a cycle and an image. Maybe you don't even need a picture. Don't tell Dan. You guys have seen this. You probably don't want to see it ever again. Sorry about that. But there's no image here. I love my house now belongs to my ex-wife. Pure copy and logo. This one will zoom in a little bit. So this is for Paper Plus. It says at 10:19 a.m. on October the 9th, Matt Watts declared, "We had a curry last night." He was with Sam Jones and 2 others. "Yummo," agreed Leon Maxwell. "What kind of curry?" "Butter chicken," replied Matt. "Mild." "Thumbs up emoji," replied Leon. "Thumbs up emoji," replied Matt. "Beers too?" Clinking beer glass emoji, asked Leon. "You know me, lols," laughed Matt. One person liked this. The pair were now joined by James Gallagher. "What are the chances?" he said. "I had a curry last night too." "No way," replied Matt. "Yes way," replied James. "Spicy?" asked Matt. "So spicy," replied James. The whole idea is read better stories. Paper Plus. By telling a really crappy story, they're selling better stories. And it's relatable. Principle number 3 is a bit of a challenge, but kind of fun to do, okay? So find different ways to show what's in front of you. Have I got some examples? Of course I have some examples. So when the brief says raw essentials is natural, unprocessed food that cats find irresistible. We all know what cat food ads look like, right? They are pretty formulaic and pretty predictable. This one isn't. So they found a very different way to show you what you would expect to see. When the brief says Recaro makes the best children's car seats, you know those safety ads where you've got a product and you've got lots of key points coming off it and it talks about all the safety features. That's what you'd expect, right? How about we do it this way? Same message, much more memorable and engaging. Principle number 4 will really help you get to the crux of the creative idea or what the problem is, okay? The reason why people will want a product. It helps you delve into that consumer truth. One question. Why? Here's how it works. Why do you exercise? Because it's healthy. Why is it healthy? Keep digging. Yeah. Because it raises my heart rate. Well, why is that important? So that I burn more calories. Why do you want to do that? To lose weight. Why are you trying to lose weight? I feel social pressure to look good. So the crux of why people go to the gym, the crux of why people exercise is feeling social pressure. If you come up with an idea that taps into that, you're going to connect with people. See how it works? You can do this with anything. I want you to do this with anything. Principles 5 and principle 6, time equals success. in this industry, the more time you put in, the more successful you will be. Yeah. And deadlines are very real. If you've got a client that needs to get something to print, or they're launching a product on a certain date, you have some really clear deadlines and you need to meet those. And this course will train you to do that. If you hand in an assignment 1 day late, your B grade becomes a B minus. 2, it becomes a C plus. 3 days late, it's a C. 4 days late, it's a C minus. See how this works? You want to meet your deadlines. Yeah. We want you to do your best work and we want you to submit it on time. But we get that things get messy. So if you cannot submit it on time, for the love of God, get an extension, because if you don't get an extension, you're going to lose marks. We don't want that for you, okay? So do your best work, get it in on time, and if you cannot get it in on time, apply for an extension. Great. Principle 7 is never promise what you can't deliver. And this is a great life lesson actually in any kind of industry. Under promise, over deliver. Don't do it the other way around, okay? And this is pretty tough in this day and age, but principle number 8, when it comes to creativity, the best thinking happens offline. It's away from a screen. It's away from the TV, it's away from your phone, it's away from your tablet, it's away from your laptop, whatever. Turn off the screen. We're really scared of being bored. I've got 2 kids. They are nowhere near as bored as I was when I was a kid, and probably nowhere near as bored as you were when you were a kid, because there's always something to pick up and look at. There's always something going on a screen. And if you get sick of what you're looking at, you just move on to the next one, right? But if you can sit with boredom, you will come up with much more original ideas. You'll use your brain in ways that aren't obvious. And that's when you come up with some really cool stuff. This ad from way back in 2000 actually sums it up really nicely. The man that invented the computer didn't come up with the idea sitting in front of a computer. Okay, your PC, tablet, all this other stuff that's evolved since then is a waste of time. There, we said it. This is an ad for Microsoft, right? Never thought you'd hear that from Microsoft, did you? But yes. You see, we've come to realise that irrelevant email, meaningless admin, endless charts, the bywords of the modern office are chewing away at your most valuable resource, good old-fashioned thinking time. Okay, so with this course, what I want you to do when you're coming up with ideas is seriously kick it old school. Pen and paper, because you'll connect with your brain in very different ways. And you'll work out whether things work. If it works on paper like this is a scamp, then you know it's going to work as an ad. It's all beautifully mocked up, photoshopped, laid out, yeah? Won't rattle on like your mother-in-law. It's for a really quiet Bosch dishwasher. Or this. So this was the scamp for when King Kong was on TV3 a long time ago. This was how they came up with what it was going to look like. And this is how it actually looked. So that was stuck onto a window. Right? So you can see that it works. Okay, principle 8, turn up to work. That means for us, if you're well, obviously if you're unwell or if you've got something going on, we get that you can't always make it to class, but practice turning up to work, okay? Forget about lectures and tutorials. Don't think of them like lectures and tutorials. Think of them as meetings at the office. If you're in the industry and you're called into a meeting with a client, or you're called into a meeting with your team to work on some creative, you're going to show up, or you're not going to be sticking around for very long. Yeah, so put that into practice. Do it here, turn up. If for whatever reason you cannot turn up, please, if it's the lecture, let me know ahead of time. If it's for your tutorial, let whoever your tutor is know ahead of time, me or Patrick. Okay. And creative principle number 10 is to go and do stuff. Like the more stuff you see, the more stuff you immerse yourself in, and the more interests you have, the more things you explore and discover and try, the better a creative you're going to be, because you're going to have more knowledge to tap into to connect with different audiences. Does that make sense? Kind of hope so. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, that worked, I hope. Go do stuff. Go look at art. Go and watch movies. Read a book by an author you haven't heard. Find out different styles of writing. Look at some cool things. Go along to something your friends are really interested in that doesn't really tickle your fancy, and just see what it's like, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. Okay, that's it from me, jibber jabbering. That's just a brief introduction. Hopefully it's going to get you thinking. There is an activity for you to do this week, and next week we're going to introduce you to your assignment and what's expected. We have pushed out your assignment deadlines because of the situation this week. And what else do I need to tell you? Any questions? Email, let me know. You can do that through Canvas. You can contact me through Canvas. But go do something fun this week. Go try something that you haven't tried before. Keep it legal, you know, but go do something different. You might love it, you might hate it, but that's okay. You've got more experiences to tap into. And next week we will kick things off. But go do the Thorlo socks exercise. And I'm looking forward to a bit of normality next week.